between now and next week, when Rosh Hashanah is upon us, we will be spending a few minutes every day talking about some of the different tefillos in which we will be reciting over the course of Rosh Hashanah. And while there are many themes, of course, there's a theme of Malchios, Zichronos, and Shofros, of which we will be discussing over the coming days. Of course, there's the Tekiah Shofar itself. There are many, many themes throughout the tefillos of Rosh Hashanah. And one that I would like to pick up on starts already with the beginning of Shachris, when the Chazan takes over with the famous, inspiring, powerful recitation of Hamelech, of starting from that Chazan seat itself, calling out to the king, referring to the Melech Malchei Hamlochim, to God himself. And there's many explanations as to why the Chazan now, specifically on Rosh Hashanah, begins Shachris at that point and from his seat, first reciting the word Hamelech before approaching the Bima, the Amud. And one explanation which is given is that the day of Rosh Hashanah itself is a day in which each and every Jew crowns HaKadosh Baruch Hu as his or her personal king. That we accept God, we remind ourselves and we re-accept the rulership of God upon ourselves, regardless of where we are, where we have come, where we have fallen, where we have grown over the last year. And so it is symbolic by reciting Hamelech from one seat rather than from the Amud. It is not only the one who is the leader, only the one who is succeeding, who is growing, who is able to anoint God king, but rather wherever we are in our seat, Hamelech, we are able to call out from that place, Ba'asher Hu Sham, from wherever we are, that God is our king. And in fact, that is one of the explanations given for Tekiah Shofar as well. We know Rav Sadri Gaon lists 10 symbolisms of the shofar. There are many, many, many explanations as to what the shofar represents and the meanings behind the shofar. But one which the Gemara already discusses is that it is the sound of a bechia. It is the sound of crying out. It is the sound of Soloveitchik speaks about at length of an additional tefillah beyond what words can recite and can formulate. And so there is this element as well of, even if we don't feel we are in a place or we don't know the words to say, we are able to simply turn to the shofar, the sound, the empty sound, the blank sound, but the rich sound of the shofar, to fill in what we are trying to say, to understand, to get to the depths of our soul and turn to God, whether it is in joy, whether it is in pain, whether it is as a result of a year of tremendous growth, the result of a year in which we hope to grow more in the upcoming year. But it is that sound, it is that person, regardless of where we are. We recite Hamelech from our seat. Regardless of how we have performed over the last year, we now have the opportunity to renew that commitment, to re-crown God our King, to call out from the depths of our heart with the shofar and have in mind Hamelech, that ultimately, God, I am once again coronating you and crowning you my King, and I hope that this year I live up to those standards.